Thank you, love. Morning, everyone. We're going to keep the waffle till Wednesday because it's kind of fitting, right? Waffle Wednesday. Yeah, I like that too. Just checking we're recording. So yeah, Wednesday today. Currently 18 degrees. Temperature's nice and cool. We've had rain overnight, but yeah, first time we've woken up in ages, and it's been like a bit fresh, a bit chilly in the morning, which is lovely. Today we've got front and rear dash cameras booked in on a car. This afternoon, what have I got? Some stuff happening. So yeah, we've got some work booked in. Whether it shows or not, don't know. Obviously I can jump on with a T6 if we've got time, because that can be finished and I can give Debbie a call and get that one done, picked up. We haven't got far to go on it now. It's pretty much just putting the head unit in the hole, running a USB, dash back together, tailgate back together, job done. That one's finished. What to tell you? Well, Grandma is still in hospital. She had her paperwork signed and filled out, and she was due to be released yesterday. I'm not entirely sure what happened, obviously, because they need to book like a hospital transport. Yes, I could go pick her up in this, but they basically said that they're going to sort it out, so I've left them to it. But something happened between her having her paperwork signed at like 4 o'clock to say she'd be released. She then had a couple more x-rays at about 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock she was told she wasn't going anywhere and they had to do something else. So your guess is as good as mine. So she is still stuck in Bristol, bless her, losing her marbles, wants to come home. I you know, 6 weeks now in hospital. I think I'd be going stir crazy as well, so I feel for her. So she wants out. Thank you, Tyre. Chaser news: the insurance company are sorting it all out. So basically, I've got, you know, forms to fill in, video to send over, all the camera footage, all of that kind of stuff to get sent over to them, and then they're going to proceed with that. The van, they've agreed payment. I'm just waiting on my paint guy getting paid, basically, and then I'll take the vehicle straight to him and he can get that sorted. So that's that. Stock wise, it's coming and going. There's some stuff available, some stuff not. We've had a big increase in prices, which is not good. Obviously that obviously reflects work and customers getting things booked in. It doesn't help when they don't show up, but you know, whatever, they don't come back. I won't be doing their car again. But yeah, if things like the Kenwood 10.1, that's taken a £200 increase now in price. So it was £1,000, it was £999, now it's £1,299. Well, nearly 300 quid. So it's a big increase in price to ask somebody to pay for. And there is no, the weird thing is there is no dealer discount on that unit, so we actually pay full retail for it. And the reason they do that, Kenwood have basically agreed that they're fed up of people lessening their products and buying the units cheap and then selling them on eBay for peanuts. So they're saying, no, you're not getting it at a discount rate. Once you've proved that it's been professionally installed into a vehicle, Kenwood get the details of that vehicle that's had that unit, and then the dealer gets almost like a credit, like a bounce back, but it only comes back if it's been installed, so it stops people retailing their product cheap. Lots of other things have gone up in price, but we got to work through it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, there is no, you know, it's not like you can just shut up shop and go, no, I'm not working today. You've got to keep going, and people want to pay it, they have to pay it. It sucks. I'm trying to keep my prices the same. I'm not hiking up my costs as much as possible to try and keep it routine, but you still get people complain, which is really frustrating. I had a lad yesterday show in with a car. They'd been for an MOT, the car had failed on an engine management light and a light bulb. So the car had been pointed in my direction. Go and see this guy, see if he can help it out. So I code read the code, cleared the code, changed the light bulb for him, and I basically asked the guy for 20 quid. His missus said that was a wonderful thing and they were going to remember me and come back again. And as I walked away, I heard the bloke say to his missus, no, we won't be. Who does he think he is, charging 20 quid for that? What a joker. Seriously. I was a little annoyed by that, so I went back outside and I said to the guy, listen, I said it's a £2,000 machine and I pay 80 quid a month to keep it active and up to date. The reason why it's 20 quid is because it still costs me money. It may take 2 minutes, but I'm the one that pays for it. To which he quickly backpedaled and was a bit like, oh no, I don't mean it like that. And I'm like, well, how do you mean it? Like, if you've got a problem with it, whip out your scan tool and turn the code off, you know? It's very cheeky, very cheeky. It's a week to the holiday. Wednesday we go away. I'm looking forward to that. I need a break. We have got quite a busy week in between. Yeah, now and then it's full on, so we've got to get a lot of work done. But we should be okay. Gonna get some breakfast, bacon sandwich and a coffee. It's pretty much the end of the waffle. That's all I've got to tell you for now. We'll keep it active, but keep it limited because people seem to be responding to the full-on work mode better than anything else. I'm hoping you're liking the videos, but I'm trying to please everyone and it's very difficult. I want the channel to grow. I don't want people to be bored of it, so I'll try and do a bit of everything for you and we'll go from there. Morning guys. God, knackered this morning. Got a first one in. A Land Rover Freelander 2 or 1, whichever, I don't know. It's one of them. It's a Freelander. What we basically have with this one is a locked door, dickhead. Let's just go and open this up. Do we have a button on here? No, let's go for the key. Unlock. So we've got to do front and rear cameras in it for a bit of security, bit of protection. Now originally she was going to get me to fit this thing from Amazon. What? No. So we're not going to do that. I've offered her a thinkware and she's gone for it. So we're going to do front and rear thinkwares with park mode, with the application, with all the control, nice and safe, fitted properly. So rear camera's going to go here, cable run through the grommet, down to the front camera, powered up, jobs are good. And she's a horsey girl.
Hello.
Don't you know? Back to you in a minute. Right guys, so we've worked our camera system down. Now what I tend to do is stay this side of the airbags, obviously as you come through. Be mindful about where the airbag is going to explode here in relation to the door sill, so it's going to go that way, so we keep our camera cable this side of it, so the airbag will blow away from it, not into it and try and pull the cable out. It's very important that. Then we think about the location of our front camera. Obviously we don't want this with the customer staring at it. It's not allowed to be on zone A because that's an MOT failure. So we kind of want it up here behind the screen, if you will, out the way, but also with enough vision that it can see past any rain sensors or anything to the right hand side. You don't want it to act like a blinker on a horse. So just bear that in mind when you're fitting one, where it goes. And of course the really stupid thing, which most people forget about, is the windscreen wiper swept area. So that other lad that fits for himself in Swindon, obviously that was his mistake, was he fitted the camera in the non-swept area. So when the windscreen's dirty, technically, if it rained and you had an accident, you'd see nothing. Lots of things to think about. Airbags, view, safety. It really all matters. It's very important. Obviously the GPS puck on the F200 Pro, that needs to be in a position which is not governed by a polarized front windscreen. So if your front windscreen is polarized, obviously I'm taping these cables up to keep them tidy. If your front windscreen is polarized, usually the hatched area at the top here is the section which is not governed by the polarization, because obviously if it's a magnetic strip on top of a GPS receiver, you're going to see pretty much dick. No, I don't mean you're going to see like none of that. Then our excess rear camera cable and our power feed, we're going to tape them up. We're going to basically run them back down the A-pillar, out the way. Obviously somebody's fitted a parrot kit here with microphone swinging in the breeze, so we'll try and put that carefully as well out the way so it's not in the way of the airbag also. So I like to work from the rear camera forward, and it allows you to kind of take up your accesses and move your cabling out the way so you get the best possible install of how it's going to look. And then we can chop all these cables together with a bit of tape so that they're not loose and interfering with the airbag deploy area, the zone. Now I'm not a fan, some people will be, I'm not a fan of cable tying stuff down here, for the simple reason, if you tape it well, it's protected and safe. It will stay out of its way that it needs to be, like obviously the airbag. But I do also worry that should you put a cable tie here and any part of that sharp cable tie either gets caught up in or pulled by the airbag, you then technically have a projectile coming out as well. The good thing about tape is it will hold it, it will keep it safe, it will keep it secure. But should that thing suddenly explode, this is more likely to tear, not likely to get caught and dragged with it. It won't do that, it will rip away from it at speed. And then we can get all of our little alignment holes married up again. Keep out of the way of that anchor point. I can't stress how important that airbag is. Do not impede it with your cable, with your bolt, with your zip ties. The amount of people that I see crossing cables, crossing airbags, cable tying around the anchor point. So mindlessly stupid. And because I've taped it, I tend to like taping it as well right next to the access hole, so where you've got a screw that's got to go in, put a bit of tape right next to it so that cable cannot move across it. And then you know you're kind of laughing. When it comes to the install, it'll be good, it won't cause you any problems. We've got our screw all the way in, make sure it's nice and tight. Do up your airbag catch, give it one last check. We've been tugging your cable. Oh, come on! Make sure it's out the way. They said tugging your cable, you lot. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what you watching?
Stop it. We're tucking our little plastics. Now we've just got to power the thing up. So there we go. There's our front camera, cable running, GPS on the hatched area, so if it's polarized that will see through to the satellites. Job done. And again, no interference with the cable. So we'll just paint this down here, find a power feed, ignition and live, and then this bad boy's done. See you in a bit. Right then everyone, Land Rover Freelander is done. We're going to do a little something else as well, because I get asked about this many a time. So let me show you this. Right, we've got a camera. How do I connect to my F200 Pro? Well, first thing you're going to do, have an F200 Pro fitted by somebody that knows what they're doing. Then you are going to go start your car. When your car is running, you're going to look for this application called Thinkware Dashcam Link. You are going to press it and it's going to say Thinkware F200 Pro, I want to connect to my dash camera. So you press connect and it says here, activate Wi-Fi, press the button. So we go to our camera, we've got a green light on. We then go to our Wi-Fi button, press the Wi-Fi button.
On your smartphone, connect to a Wi-Fi network whose name starts with thinkware.
Now you can see that the blue light is flashing. That tells us that the Wi-Fi is active. Press the forward arrow. It says, how do you want to connect? With Wi-Fi, please. It then should shove you over to your Wi-Fi screen. If it doesn't, obviously go into your settings, go to your Wi-Fi, and we see there our Thinkware camera. Press it, enter password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. All right, there's our password. Press connect. It's checking the quality of our internet, and you get this stupid message here about, like, how do you want to connect? Do you want Wi-Fi? Do you want without? I don't press anything but the backup button. All right, back to the app, and then she says she's connected to a smartphone. So now we get the camera options. Okay, so first thing we're going to check is we've got cameras. So we click on live view. Well, there's our front camera, and we click up here. We click up here to the rear camera, just so it changes ends, just so we can see that we've got, there we go. Sometimes does this, I think this is just an app tweak. There's the rear camera. Right then dudes, we are just about complete. Just be careful of this when you're doing these aftermarket vehicles. Cheap bulbs, see the flickering? That camber system is not happy with that, so just bear that in mind if you're doing one of these. Right, so kitchenette, all good, back together. Tailgate, all good, back together. Dash camera, reversing camera. And then in the front, we have one Pioneer. Let's turn that round. So we got volume, steering controls, that's all working, microphone there in the center, dash cam there, we're going to set that up in a minute. DAB aerial, obviously reverse sensors, parking sensors, that's all good. Everything is all gravy there. We just now need to ring the customer and tell her I'm done. 2 days early, eh? What a hero, I know. It's tough. See you in a bit. Afternoon everyone. Right, it's 1 o'clock, start a new one. Just turn this down a second. So we've got Harry's son's, he's Harry next door, son's T5. So we did a head unit on this for him for his birthday. He's got a nice little Sony unit in there. And now, as you can see, center of the speaker is stuck. Outside of the speaker's moving. The center is blown. And it is done. Now it's moving, but not very much. So we're going to drill out these and put an adapter in here, give him some different sounds. See you in a bit. Happy?
Aye.
Aye.
I've got regular shit.
Fluffy.
Alright, so I'll go back.
Right then, my loves. Swapping the van wheels back, getting ready for a holiday on next week. So we've got the 20s off. Obviously it's going to be easier to find 17s if I get a puncher than it is these bad boys. So they've come off for now. We'll do stuff back with them when we come back from holiday. Also going to lose the van while it goes back to the guy that sold it me, because he's got to fix the turbo. So that should be fun. But other than that, we are done for a very busy day. Harry's son did his car, got his T5 speakers done. I did the T6.1, she's picked that up. Yeah, it's just been non-stop. Bit of a crazy day. Oh gosh, that lens is a bit dirty. Right, I'm going to shut up shop, pack up things, get ready to go home. We've got an Audi A3 that's been dropped off just there. You probably didn't see that actually, because I was holding the camera while I was trying to put on my watch and proper spaff handing it. So got an Audi A3 down there. I've had to take out the stereo equipment, basically selling the car, but actually jumped the thing in and I've already done it. So tomorrow's work is done. We might be able to clean a car or do something like that. God, what's going on with the wind? But I'm going to shut up. See you in the morning, bright and early. See what happens. Bye. So a little thank you. Everyone has been contributing, inputting, all my regulars commenting. I like that kind of stuff is appreciated loads, because it kind of lifts and raises the profile of the channel, shares the vids. So the more input I get from my regulars, obviously you see the statistics on yesterday's video at the end, 30, 60 again. It's nearly 70. It's not brilliant, and that's why everything is going to pot, I think. Just people getting bored of it and then signing off and not interacting with the channel. So if you bothered, thank you. Means the world. Do appreciate it. Love you and leave you. See you in the morning. Bye.